Hey there, welcome back to Creepy Encounters. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the videos. Night owls, what is the creepiest/scariest thing you have ever seen or heard whilst everyone was asleep? I was staying at an Airbnb on the first floor and I heard noises outside of my window late at night, so I drew back the window curtains to find myself face to face with some man who I assume was trying to break in. He ran away, but that moment was straight out of a horror movie. I had put a surveillance camera in front of my apartment door for various security reasons. As I passed the monitor one night, I noticed that my neighbor fell down the stairs right in front of my door. If no one had noticed it, he probably wouldn't have survived. He had a severe head injury afterwards, but at least he survived. Image. I was smoking a J in the backyard when I heard footsteps on the stones we have around the garden. It was moving around and I could only hear the stones popping like someone was walking on it. Then I heard a sneeze. I thought, shit, now someone will jump out the bushes to mug me or beat me up. I was creeped out but thought the only good thing to do is approach the firs which are planted in the ground where the small stones lay. Because despite all the sounds, I could see no one, which isn't that hard. The firs are not too bushy and far enough apart so you would definitely see someone if he was walking there. So I came nearer and the stone popping got more intense, like something was running away from me. I switched the light from my smartphone on and Therese nothing. Then I look down and see a hedgehog. A real sweet and kind of big one, like he looks a bit fat. Has been eating good as it seems. I started to call him Sonic and he comes visiting nearly every day. Nowadays he even brings a small hedgehog with him which I think is his kid, or at least a good friend. Sometimes I even leave a bit of food for them, but as it seems they don't really need it as they rarely take something from it. 10/10 would shit my pants again if it turns out to be a hedgehog. The sound of my sister falling down the stairs at 2 a.m. My dog spontaneously barking at 3 a.m. with no reason other than to yell. I was home alone while my dad was out of town in a new townhome. Had to open the front door and show her nothing was there. She still barked. I heard a knocking on my door, looked on the space under it and there was no shadow or feet. That's why I keep a hammer beside me from now on. It happened to me. I heard someone twisting the handle of the front door of my apartment. I looked into the peephole and there wasn't anyone/anything there. I thought I was hearing things but it happened again a second time and I fucking saw the handle move this time. I looked again and there wasn't anyone there, so I opened the door very slowly in case someone tried to barge in. Luckily it was just a very cute cat. I picked him/her up and asked the doorman if he knew from who the cat belonged. He told me he belonged to the old tenant. His father lived in the same block and when he moved he left his cat with his dad. The little guy was just checking his old house to see if everything was all right. The sound of foxes yipping is literally the screams of Satan himself. Rabbits sometimes sound like infants that were abandoned in the woods. Then you mix in the foxes, and the rabbits screaming bloody murder as they get eaten, and you might need to go find a different pair of pants because this one's got too much shit in it. A knock on my apartment door about 10 p.m. Look through the peephole, see nobody, throw on the second chain, pop it open an inch. Fat at the ready to slam it shut. I say, stand where I can see you. Some sketch woman looking like she needs a fix. She asks us to see someone who doesn't live there. I say, wrong place, slam the door and deadbolt. The next day outside my apartment is a pile of used cigarette butts. She had stuck around waiting for someone to come out. I'm a security guard, and I occasionally pull the graveyard shift. During one such occasion, I was working at a warehouse where they make tractors, where my job was to sit in my car in their parking lot overnight, and occasionally walk around the outside of the building to make sure everything was good, and no one had fooled with the tractors that were parked outside. Now one particular night was foggy as hell. I might have had 10, maybe 15 feet of visibility. I'm walking through the fog, doing my best to see everything I can, when it starts sounding like there's someone walking behind me. I spin around, nothing. No one there. I start walking, and after a minute I hear the footsteps again. I stop, and the other footsteps stop. Then I hear what sounds like a tractor door slam. By this point I'm nearly pissing myself. Procedure is not to confront anyone, call the cops from a point of safety. But the nearest safe point is my car, which is on the other side of the warehouse, which is basically half a mile away since I can't cut through the warehouse itself. But I can't see the bastard making the noise. So I decide to continue heading to my car, and hope like hell I make it there safe. I go on at a pretty good clip, not outright running, but not taking my time anymore. I make my way around a tower of tractor parts, and come face to face with a man in a KKK hood glaring at me from inside a tractor. Or at least that's what my mind initially conjured up. After standing there a minute in shock terror, I realize what I'm seeing is a seat cover put on wrong, causing the cover to take on that iconic shape. After that I book it back to my car, call the local police, and once they get there they patrol the area. Nothing was missing, broken, or out of place. Best guess on the footsteps was my own echoing back at me, and the slamming door was from another warehouse nearby. Oh, then there was that time at another site where I was by myself, saw someone walk across the lot, but they didn't appear on camera. I'm female and live alone. I was sleeping and my radio, which was turned off, picked up a passing taxi driver's radio. It's gone 3 a.m. and all I can hear is some bloke's voice accepting a new job/pickup in my bedroom. Needless to say, the radio was unplugged and booted out and I had an extremely early start to my day. I live in an apartment complex, and across the little road by my building is a parking lot that has storage units and spaces for RVs and the like. It costs extra and is surrounded by fencing, and the only way to get in is a big sliding gate that opens automatically when you type in a code. I was outside at like 3 a.m. letting my dog do her business, and the gate opens by itself, nobody in sight. I keep an eye on it and keep walking her around the area, and all of a sudden it closes again when I got close. I was so scared that someone was hiding somewhere that I bolted for the apartment staircase. Lol. My 2-year-old daughter over the baby monitor suddenly and loudly singing 1 2 buckle my shoe. 3 4 shut the door at 3 a.m. Or one time just quietly counting down from 10. It was the middle of the night and I was half asleep and didn't immediately realize it was her. Creeped me right out. Just so you know, when she got to 0 she just said goodnight and I guess fell back asleep. I was standing in the balcony on the 4th floor just getting some cool breeze. Then I see this dude walking across the street, and he stops in his tracks and stares at me with a smirk on his face. Nope, never ever going to the balcony after 1 a.m. You know something though? What would have been the appropriate thing for him to do? I can imagine a normal dude just walking, tired at night. In the corner of his eyes he sees someone on a balcony. He looks at the person, waiting a second too long. He now understands he has stared past the awkward limit. Now what are his options? If he smiles it can be taken like this. If he waves it would be him creepily waving. If he keeps an emotionless face the story would be about the man who emotionlessly stared at you and then moved on. To me it just seems like a lose-lose situation no matter what. I really suck at remembering to lock doors. I don't live alone, but the other person living here works a job that requires them to be gone 2 weeks straight, so I have a lot of alone time. Anyways, I have 2 doors in my room. One leads out to the field directly behind my house and the other into the hallway and rest of the house. One night I was in the shower and I heard my outside room door shut. It gets stuck so you gotta slam it, and I was too scared to leave the bathroom. Then I heard noises in the rest of the house, so I get out and lock both room doors quickly and kinda sit patiently waiting for something to happen, but never did. The next day I didn't see anything out of the ordinary in my room or rest of the house, so if someone did come inside all they did was walk through the house and leave. But the worst part is I live in a very rural area, so if someone murdered me anybody definitely wouldn't have known. My drunk father eating the bar soap at 1 a.m. edit. Wow. Thanks for 36 points. BTW, his poop kinda smelled like roses. He got sent to the hospital though. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe for more real life creepy encounters around the world. See you in the next video. Bye.